AITA for tearing a family apart over money? My girlfriend's father had a business which was started by his great-grandfather back in the 50s and passed through to different members of his family. His father eventually ended up being sole owner after buying out the others. The last person he bought out was his brother, to whom he paid about $20,000 back in the early 80s. This business did not generate much money, so he left it to become a grocery store manager while renting out the commercial property. When he passed, he left the property to his wife, my girlfriend's mother. The mother, has been receiving rent, about $2,800 a month, but it's barely enough to cover taxes, insurance, and maintenance costs. In most years, she takes home around $5,000. She wants to sell it for about $350,000 and use the money to travel and see family, then move into a retirement community. She's not rich and is basically living off of Social Security and measly rental income. My girlfriend asked my opinion since I'm experienced with land and property, so I told her I thought the asking price was too low for a commercial property sitting on an acre of land in the middle of town. She said that's what it's worth according to their property tax. Apparently, throughout the entire history of the property, the family had been using the tax assessment to determine the price of buying in and out of the business. I told her the tax assessment and property value are two different things, so I sent my appraiser out and he came back with an appraisal of about $1.2 million. They were shocked and didn't think that was an accurate price until they started getting offers after it was listed. After some bidding, they came to an agreement with a buyer for almost $1.5 million. The closing is next week. When their family found out, things exploded. Everyone who's still alive thought they got ripped off for the past buyouts, some dating back to the 60s. They want their fair share of the selling price, but that's almost impossible because we're talking about a dozen people with some owning half of the business at some point. Now the family her mother was wanting to visit have threatened to sue. It's been stressful on my girlfriend and she's taking it out on me. Last night she told me that things might have been better if I didn't bring up the appraisal since all it did was tear her family apart. What do you think? Was OP the asshole? Comment down below.